Bonjour, third grade. It is time for us to do our stick figures in our box figures of the images that we just seen. Your paper should be folded into their four squares, so let's go ahead and divide it up by drawing our two lines going across. Okay? We're going to do the stick figures on this side, box figures on this side. Yes, Ms.Prejean already drew it, but watch as I trace my figures so you can see more clearly now that the rain is gone. Da, 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 da. All right. So the figure that we just seen was of somebody running, okay? So we're not going to put their head way up here because their elbow kind of came above their head a little bit. And then their head was like facing the ground at an angle or so. So let's put their head right here. Okay? We can't really see their neck as much, but we do know that their shoulder is at an angle as well. So we're going to put a diagonal line for the shoulder. So I guess they do have a little neck, a little small line. The back arm is bent. The back arm is bent and going this way. So it's like a little V. And we're going to put a triangle to show where the fingers are pointing. The up arm is doing the exact same motion, but just coming this way. That's where the fingers are pointing. So we put a triangle as the representation of the hand to show which way is the fingers pointing. The back was a little curved and not straight. So we're going to curve that line coming that way. The front leg is up higher. So that leg came out, came straight down, and guess where those toes are pointing? Those toes are pointing that way. The back leg kind of was coming down, but going back after the kneecap. And those toes as well were pointing down. Everybody should have the stick figure of the image that we just saw. Let's go ahead and do the box figure of the exact same image, okay? Box figures do not have to be perfect, okay? We're just learning the movements of our stuff, okay? So let's go ahead and do the head first. Remember, not too high. Put that head right there. You can put a small little box for the neck. Small little box for the neck. Remember that shoulder came diagonal a little bit, so let's put that shoulder back right there. The arm, same motion. So start at the end of that shoulder and do that same motion. Put your triangle, show where those fingers are going. But this time, bring it back. Bring that arm back. No touchy-touchy. No touchy-touchy. Do the same thing to the other arm. Start at the end of the shoulder. Bring that arm out with your triangle for your fingers. Bring that arm back. Same motions, but no touchy-touchy. Okay? Same motion for the back. It's a little curve. Bring it down to the posterior. So let's go ahead and bring that back down. Do the same thing for the front, but leave some room. Same thing for the front. That back leg, let's put that motions over here. It went down and then it went out. Put that triangle for where that toes are pointing. Do the exact same motions. Go up, but no touchy-touchy. Let's do the same motions for our front leg that is up. Boom, boom. Do the same motions from the hip down to the foot. And then boom, we have our foot. Good job, you guys. So let's get ready to watch the next video. Oh, you can also put your hip if you would like. Go get ready to watch the next video to see the next movement. Okay? Now we seen the lady. She's just in the beach. Her arms are up. Hip is moved. Legs are moved. So let's play with those joints as well with the stick figure back over here on this side. Our hands are a little bit above our head. So remember, do not put your head too far close to the line. Let's do our neck and our shoulders because our neck and our shoulders are pretty straight. Her stomach was like a little curved, if you've seen how the stomach was curved. So let's curve that stomach. Our arms were going over and out. Over and out. Over and out. Let's go ahead and put the representation of where her fingers are pointing. Her hip was slanted because she was like to the side. So let's slant that hip. Her posterior is like over here. First leg was down and then to the ground. The back leg was a little bit straighter but still bent. And let's put that triangle to represent where her toes are pointing. Got it? All right, now let's go ahead and do the representation in a box figure. Same thing, pretty easy. All we're doing is just adding the extra lines, and we're not touchy-touchy. We're leaving it open for the box figure. So let's go ahead and work with the circle for the head. Same with the neck. Let's do a small square. Shoulder straight across. Representation of that shoulder. Let's go ahead and do the motions for our arms. Out, up, fingers, down, over, no touchy-touchy. Do the same thing for the other arm. Out and up. There go those fingers. Same motion, down, no touchy-touchy. The representation of how her stomach was on the stick figure. Let's do that representation on here. Over and down. You can do the same thing on the other side. Over and down, but not as deep. Not as deep as this one. Okay? Hips. Them hips don't lie. Your hips should be at an angle. And remember, her posterior was like right here. So you can put the little curved line for the posterior. Let's go ahead and finish that leg. That leg came down. Ms.Prejean ran out of room. Bring that leg back up. Other leg went over, down. Foot, back, and over. You now have both representations in stick figure as well as box figure for the two images that we just seen. Now it's time for you to do it on your own.